Happy to have my next guest on the show. You know who it is. It's Blake Bilder, who had a victorious UFC debut, a UD win over Shane Young at UFC 284. Blake, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling blessed and highly favored, man. If I said anything less, I'd be lying to you.
Well, I'm very happy for you, man. It's a long time coming. I mean, your UFC debut, I don't think it couldn't have got any better, really. I mean, a signature win over a tough opponent in his backyard. Before we dive into the fight, I wanted to ask you about the weigh-ins because I saw when he stuck his tongue out at you and everything, and I was like, it seemed a little creepy. I just wanted to know what you thought of that.
Bro, he came at me looking like he just did some little strange in the back. You know, he was wearing like a little like Pooh Shiesty mask like this in the background so nobody could see his face. And like UFC's like, you can't wear that. And then usually comes in like hard with his haka, but I think like, I knew he wasn't gonna get too crazy with that shit with me because I was gonna shut that shit down, bro. You ain't doing that. So he just stuck a little tongue out like that. Cause people were like, what was up with the tongue? I was like, I don't know. I think he likes me. I was like, you never know, bro. So, that shit didn't intimidate me, bro. It's cool that he represents his culture and wants to do that and whatnot. But there's like a lot of memes of him going around. It's funny.
It is funny. And you don't seem like the kind of guy that people are going to get in your head, like trash talk or gamesmanship. That's not going to bother you.
Nah, none of that. None of that bothers me. The boos from the crowd were giving me more energy. Like when I walked out to the official weigh-ins, when they cheered for him, it got me excited. When I started walking out for the official fight for when I was making my way to the cage, um, I gave a little Aussie, 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 and oi, 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 and there's a lot of people that were like, man, like I want to boo this guy, I want to not like him, but I just saw some people that are like, all right, hey, put a hand out, and like clapping hands. And I was like, let's fucking go. I love Australia. I love you guys. Let's get it. And the people were amazing, man. Nothing fazed me, bro. I was feeling just cool, calm, and calculated.
Did you notice after the fight was all said and done and you were making your way backstage were people actually more like just, maybe not happy that you won, they beat their hometown guy, but they were more of appreciation of your skill set?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? Like even right afterwards, somebody wrote an article as I read on his Tapology. Somebody wrote an article saying that the people weren't happy that he lost, but there was a lot of people that showed me love. I mean, after the fight, I must have took legit 400, 500 photos with people. And, like everybody was really, really cool, man. Everybody was really cordial. And it was funny. Everybody's like, oh, you're a sick cunt. You did great in there. You're a legend. I'm like, fuck yeah. Appreciate it, mate. Cheers.
So it was a good business trip to Australia. Let's dive into the
Right.
fight, man. Obviously, your striking looked good throughout the fight. In round one, you landed a double leg takedown, and then you finished off the ground, essentially the round with some ground and pound. Do you feel
Yep.
like that secured the round? Like, did you feel really good after that going into round two?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And there's a lot of people bitching about like round two, and I had it 1-1 going into the third round too. So it's like people that were like, "Oh, the judges 30-27, da 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 da." It's like, yeah, dude, I feel for you guys too. Like I had it for the second round. When I went back and watched the replay of the second round, I thought it could have went either way. But yeah, for sure, the first round, it's like I was moving around, landing some good shots. He landed a couple shots as well, but like definitely I wanted to establish dominance and show that, hey, like if you get too wild with your kicks and you try something crazy, I'm gonna catch it and I'm gonna dump you. And I just want to secure position for a little bit. And my whole game wasn't, I didn't want to take him to the ground the whole time. Like even the shots that I was going for that I wasn't getting, I wasn't actually going for the shot to take him down. was going for the shot just to remind him that like, hey, I'm coming back up with it. I'm just using it um just to keep you guessing. I wanted to stand it up the whole time, but also I'm gonna score some points and secure the round, and then get a little bit of ground and pound in. I landed some good shots when I was on top of him as he was getting up. Um, the knee was close to his face, landed a left hook coming out of it, and then back to the game plan.
How did you feel your cardio held up, especially going into the third round? I read a couple articles where people were saying that maybe you look tired. Is that accurate?
No, no, it's not accurate. I definitely was feeling my legs in the second a little bit. So when the commentators were, I went back and watched the fight, and like when they were like, "Oh, it looks like Bilder's dying down." No, I wasn't dying down at all. My 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 weight cut was 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 pretty smooth. Maybe a little bit of jet lag, but that's why I was managing my energy. I told Bisping in the post fight interview, I was making sure that I was managing my energy properly. I wanted to make sure that I had wind for the bursts, and made sure that I was breathing good on the outside, and yeah, my energy felt great. I wasn't nervous at all, and my wind felt just fine.
So I wanted to get what your corners gave you for advice going into that third round. What did they want you to try and implement for that really important last and third round there?
Yeah, Flame really instilled it that the time is now. If you're ever thinking about like not about giving it your all, you got to make sure that you go in there and do it, man. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. We're here to make statements. So he just knows how to speak to me, man. That's my brother, and he also reminded me at the very end, like, do it for your little brother, and there's no more motivation than I need than that. It's coming up on his 1 year anniversary of his suicide, and I wanted to put a stamp of approval that, yeah, I definitely won this thing. There's no guessing. There's no oh yeah, he got lucky by the judges, and we turned it on big time in the third round. I started seeing my openings. I got him frustrated. I started seeing positions where I could score, and we started taking advantage of that and really started pulling away in the third and landing some really good shots.
I think it's probably safe to say that you felt confident going into the judge's decision. I just interviewed Modestas Bukowskis recently, and same
Oh,
question
that's
I
my
asked him.
boy.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he
Yeah.
had a decision win as well. So I asked
Yep.
him, how good did you feel? Because you never really know nowadays with the judges what they're looking
Yep.
at. Did you still feel pretty good that you were going to get the nod?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. After I got done with that third round, I was like, well, try getting him out of there, but couldn't. He went for that takedown, got stuffed. I bad dogged him, slapped him in the head a couple times. And I was because I was rocking him in the third round, man. Hit him with a good right, that blackened his eye. Hit him with some mean hooks, and really started putting it together. And then he shot for that takedown to try and get it at the end and couldn't get it. And this is the game. He's a tough kid, man, and wanted to get him out of there. Wanted to get a finish, but couldn't quite do it. But yeah, I was certain that I got the nod when I heard 30, 27, 30, 27, and 29, 28. I was like, say that name. Say that name, Bruce.
How did
Mr. Bruce
the
Buffer.
Yeah, no doubt. Bruce Buffer, the best in the business right there, my man. How did the nerves feel? Obviously, this was your official UFC debut, and it was in a packed arena in Australia, a massive card, maybe the biggest card of the year when it's all said and done. How did the nerves feel? Did it feel just like any other walk?
15,000 people packed into the RAC arena, and it felt like just another day in the office. Honestly, that was the most calm I've ever been in a fight, most relaxed. And a lot of people don't know, but we ran the fade at 7:30 in the morning. Like we were up early, so I think I was still just waking up. I took a nap in the background in the back of the arena, 5 to 6. They were like, wake up, we gotta wrap your hands. I'm like, all right. So I felt like I was running the fade at like breakfast in the cafeteria before first period at school, you know? It was dope, man. Like I said, like the crowd, I feed off the energy. Feed off the energy. Like the more energy they give, the more it just fills me up with life. I love it. I love it. If they boo for me, I don't care. If they cheer for me, even better. But no matter what, I'm just feeding off it. I'm loving the moment. I'm living it. I'm having fun. And I'm just enjoying and basking in the present moment because it's a gift, man.
Do you feel this performance, this win, really puts the rest of the division on notice just how versatile of a fighter you are?
I think so. I think so because everybody was saying this, bro. Everybody was saying, Ryan, they're like, oh, yeah, all the reporters, all the journalists, all these guys. Oh, yeah, Blake Bilder's got to take him to the ground. Oh, yeah, he's gonna throw a punch right away and take it to the ground right away. He definitely doesn't want to stand with Shane Young. Shane Young is so good on his feet. He's got the good defense. He's got the good offense, really good low kicks. He comes from city kickboxing. He's teammates with Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, Volkanovski. You know, if you can't beat them, join them. You know, like it's like I give him a Ed Bassmaster. Unreal. Not on my worst day, pal. You know, so it's like you know like, and then there's always the critics. You know, but like I wanted to make a point, Ryan, to go out there and show them that okay, yeah, this guy's from the best striking gym. You know, Alex Morgan, he comes from TriStar, the best striking gym, and I didn't get hit. I didn't get hit with anything from either one of the guys. You know, I have no marks on my face whatsoever. So it's just like, you know, I don't know. You guys tell me. And it's like I'm gonna let people be critics. I love that I'm an underdog because my people keep getting paid, and so it's all wins for me. Like me being the underdog is a win for me. Me being counted out or perhaps looked over, it's a win for me. Them thinking uh I have to take it to the ground for me to beat them is a win for me. Let them think that. They have no idea what I'm gonna do. They don't have enough tape on me. And if they do have the tape, it's old tape and I'm getting way better every week. Every day, every week, every hour. I trained 5 hours today.
Wow.
I love this. I get to do this. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. Why don't you go on vacation? I am on vacation. I'm at the gym. I'm working. I'm grinding. I'm at the OC Fight Docs getting better. You know, like I'm fixing up the little nicks and dings. I just got like a little bruising on my thumb. That's it. Unscathed. I can't wait for the next one. Sign me up.
And I see one of your boys wants some serious money on your fight as well.
Man, there's some people that won crazy bread. There's an investment group that made 50K, another homie that made 6,500, another guy that made 5,000, another dude hit me up, made four G's. One of my guys hit a parlay for $20 and made like 400. Like it was absolute madness, you know? So like they were like, I forgot who said it, but somebody asked me, they were like, how do you feel about being an underdog? I was like, bro, I don't care. I don't mind it at all. And my people definitely don't mind it because they're getting paid. Like everybody knows my work ethic. Everybody knows like what I bring to the table. But the world doesn't know, you know, like a lot of the fights that I had fell through because guys backed out last minute. You know, and so it's like, oh, well, he fought this guy with this record. It's like, well, I was fighting this guy with this record, but he got replaced with that guy with that record. And it's like if you look at my amateur background, nobody knows it. But I went 36-2 as an amateur. My
Wow.
only two losses were at National Golden Gloves and the Ringside Worlds in the semifinals.
So you're a seasoned veteran. People don't really understand just how damn good you are.
People have no idea. And even then I sucked compared to who I am now. But when I'm in the cage now, when I'm in there, I'm 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 calm as can be. Like I'm just calculating. I'm like the Terminator. I see it like a video game. Like foo, 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 foo. I'm doing calculations. I'm seeing things. I mean, it's like it's almost unfair. Like I'm consistently getting better now. Like the coaching that I have now is completely different. Who do you train with, Blake? Who do you train with? It's like I train with my coach and like some amateur boxers. But we run drills, we program, we tailor everything towards these guys, and we keep winning. It's not about who I train. Look, this guy's training with Israel Adesanya. This guy's training with Dan Hooker. This guy's training with the champ, or should have been the champ. Uh, Volkanovski, #1 pound for pound, and I'm beating him.
Yeah.
It's like you are who you surround yourself with. Well, I'm surrounded with the best, but people just don't know it yet.
The future is clearly bright for you, my man. We'll talk about what's next in a minute, but you mentioned Volkanovski, so I got to ask you, did you get a chance to kick back and watch the main card and watch the co-main main event? And if so, yeah, what were your thoughts? What did you think of the Makhachev Volk fight? Let's start right there.
I thought it was a great fight. I thought for the fans, Volkanovski should have won. But I think for a judge, they made the right decision. And it's unfair, Blake. You can't say that. Yes, I can, because you can't have your back triangled like that and win the round. And that's the round where everybody's, well, he had his back, but he didn't do anything with it. I know. And so as a fan, it sucks, because you're like, fuck, man. He's got his back. He's not doing anything with it. This guy's tired. He's catching his wind while he's restraining this little mighty mouse of an animal. He's got all his wind while this guy's sucked dry from his weight cut. Mm-hmm. And so he's getting touched up. He's not doing anything. He's going for a choke. So he's active in the area. So that's what the judges see. So it's like, as a fighter, you have to look at what the judges are doing. I think if Volk took the approach where he escaped and got on top and ended up doing what he did in the 5th round, it wouldn't have been an issue. But unfortunately, that's not the way it went. The judges do score it the way that the judges score it. You got to make sure at the end of the round that you're closing it in. That's why Shane, I knew he was going to make a rash decision. Boom, goes for the takedown. Nope, stuffed that head down. Yap him with the fucking couple hammer fists and back him up. Wish him well. Good job. Thank you. Without you, there's no me, and vice versa. So thank you for taking the fight. Thank you for being a professional and showing up. Thank you for making weight. Thank you. It's like, thank you for being the best version of yourself so I can prove to myself and to everybody else that it's not a fluke, that everything was all good.
You definitely showed that, and you're clearly someone to be reckoned with in the 45-pound division. Now, Yair goes and beats Emmett, and so it sets up Volkanovski and Yair for the title next. Who do you see winning that one?
Yair.
You do? How?
I think he could knock him out.
Wow. Okay. That's surprising. Most people that I've talked to think that Volk's just gonna run right through him.
Bulldoze him, right? Run right through him. Bro, if you looked at the programming that he did on that fight, go back and look at it. Yair's a little fucking ninja. And I'll tell you why. Right off the bat, Emmett, right? They programmed and tailored to that fight. You could tell because Yair right off the bat knows fucking Emmett's gonna come in with that boxing style, big overhand looping hooks, and he's programming a teep. Boom, finding this distance with the teep. That leg's longer than your punches, so he's just out of distance. Boom, swipes it away. Boom, he hits an up kick. He hits an up kick to the body, to the face. Fakes the up kick to the body. Rah, what fucking kind of kick is that? Well, fakes it around and goes up top to the head.
Like the wheel kick?
Not the wheel kick, the what is that fucking I can't think of it, but basically, boom, right there, boom to the head, fake, boom, and comes around, wow, and tags him to the side of the head. Boom, has a punch at long range, extended out all the way to touch him with it. And who thought that he would finish Emmett with a submission? Nobody.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
He looked seasoned. And his program was on point. And he's been training in Mexico. My coach was talking with his manager and with him, and I was talking a little bit with him. And the way that he's doing things is a step ahead of a lot of people.
Okay.
He's doing things very similar to how I do things.
Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna earmark that. So when that fight does take place, I'm gonna come back and remind people what Blake Bilder said if he does beat Volkanovski, and I'm sure that's probably what the UFC will do next. Blake, let's talk about what's next for you. When are you hoping to jump back in there? Is there a time frame that you think would make the most sense?
Yeah, I'd like to be back in there within like 2 or 3 months. You know, we didn't take any damage, so definitely just want to take a little bit of time, take like a week or two to go see family, go see friends. You know, ever since I lost my little brother, I want to make it a point to make sure that I see everybody. You know, because I took a lot of time to get to this point, and I sacrificed everything, and I made sure that I was just in the gym every single day, and I still will be. Like, that's just who I am. But I also want to make sure that I make time to go see my grandma, that I make time to go see my mom, go see my cousins. Just let them know I love them, you know, and let them know by being present with them, you know. So I've been going to Minnesota and seeing my cousins, and they all light up, man. Like we it's like the craziest celebration, man. And there's points in time, I'm telling you, Ryan, where, you know, I was like in treatment, man. I just gone through like an overdose, and I was young, man. I was in high school, and my family didn't want anything to do with me. Like, that's not it. It wasn't that. It was more so they were just worried about me, and they were just worried about like me potentially being like a bad influence on everybody else. And but they always loved me back to life, man. So I got to go back and show them love, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's such a blessing. So
I don't think I ever told this to you, but 10 years ago, I lost my best friend to an overdose. So when I hear your story, I can't help but cheer for you. So I'm very happy that you're having all this success and you're going about it the right way, and showing love to the people that are supporting you. And I really can't wait to see what's next for you, Blake. I hope you get an even higher level opponent and you go in there and do your thing, man. And as always, I appreciate you joining me today. Again, Blake Bilder gets the win at UFC 284, his official UFC debut. Before we do sign off, man, I want to kick it to you as always. Tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anything to plug, anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
yeah, man, I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Kessler Family Wellness, Massage Matters, Fuego Delta 8, Rhino Rush. Those guys always have kept me in line. Tacos Manuel. But I really want to thank my coach, Christian Guevara. When I lost my little brother, I gained a new one in him. And that guy has brought out the best in me in this past year. And he's just been my right hand man, you know. And he's Flaming Hot Mitts on Instagram. And that's just my best friend, my brother, my compadre, you know. And I believe God put me and him together, for a very specific purpose, and I believe it's to become world champion. And we've been working day and night. We've already trained a few times, and we just got back Wednesday. So we've been training every single day since we got back, fixing the mistakes, fixing the errors. But you can follow us, me and him, Flaming Hot Mitts, me, Blake the Builder, on Instagram. That's where we are mainly. We don't like to get on the other stuff because there's just so much going on, you know. It's our Instagram is already enough as it is. And I just want to thank my mom and my grandma and all the past coaches and teammates who've helped me get to this point, man. And God is so good, man. You know, we just gotta lean into a God of our own understanding and try to do better for each other and try and love on each other even more, man, because that's really what the world needs right now. So, Ryan, I also want to thank you so much for all the support and for all the interviews, man. It doesn't go unnoticed.
It's my pleasure, man. I always enjoy talking to you. Definitely can't wait to do it again before your next fight, whenever that is.
It's gonna be soon, hopefully.